looks delicious.
Does sound pretty good.
From Nothing Bunt Cakes, the local bunt cake store.
I want to remind you, we were on stream when you said that, so I think you might have just...
There's some sponsorship for you?
Well, I think you might have also indicated perhaps very close to where you live.
There's a lot. This is a chain. There's
okay. I was a little worried there. I was like, I might have to edit the video on YouTube.
Well, it was, wasn't that far. I mean, even then, it's like trying to guess where it might be.
Yeah. I live in Houston. Come find me. There's like 3 million of us. Good luck.
Speaking of 3 million, I wanted to say there's several other tabletop RPGers that you could watch. Obviously, I prefer that you watch us live and also on YouTube. You could watch us live and then watch it again on YouTube.
That's
and
what
then
I do.
act surprised. No, you play in the game and then you watch it on YouTube. I think it's a little weird, but okay. That's just me. I wanna talk about some other streams. Death from Above is back. I was a little concerned at the start of the season. It's a little weird the way they were doing things, but they're back in the swing now. Their battles are using the Battletech's video games rules. So they move based on weight class rather than initiative.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Pretty cool.
I like it. It actually incentivizes kind of more of like a mixed weight class lance.
It does, and light mechs that hold can get some pretty interesting moves on.
Actually, I really like that
on people.
I feel like maybe we should play test that someday.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm good. Listen up, man. There are many playtests that I'm willing to do for you. I'm willing to do River's Edge as a one shot, and I'm willing to invite you to whatever the Matt Koval's official Siege of Castle Rend. But I really don't feel like that's a particular what shot I need to do.
I think that's good because you have a lot of we have a lot of like purist viewers that probably wouldn't be big.
Oh, for this show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think that would go over very well. I'd be interested to play it, but I don't know that people would be interested in watching it.
So I also want to mention Critical Role. They made a pretty bold move. Now, it should be noted that Critical Role's weekly viewership exceeds the population of the state of Wyoming. That's 600,000 people. As a result, they have finally broken away from
Geek and
Sundry, and for a while they've been starting shows on Geek and Sundry's channel, and now they've become their own media corporation. They donate to charities, but now they also get some merch payment for themselves. They put a lot of work in. I mean, some of those people like Taliesin are doing like 30 to 40 hours a week on Critical Role, so
they have their whole own studio now.
Yep.
And they're producing a pretty large breadth of content.
I've always been a fan of Critical Role. The second campaign started out slow, but it's about a year and a quarter of the way in. I'm a few episodes behind. I'm at the post Twiggy showing up, but before anything happens after that.
She was a great guest.
Oh my god, I can't believe she nailed that last roll that she did.
Yeah.
And then showed up and was like, I did it, and everyone's like, no you didn't.
I'll tell you though,
felt so bad.
The pure gold guest is coming for you. I don't know if you already know. I don't want to spoil it, but the best guest appearance I have ever witnessed on Critical.
They've had some pretty good guest appearances, man.
This is a few episodes ahead.
I don't know if you watched the first campaign during Slayer's Take. They had Felicia Day and Will Wheaton on.
Oh, really?
Man, that shit was amazing.
I did not watch the first campaign.
You're missing out. So they did. They split their party and then they filled the ranks out with Geek and Sundry broadcasters. So both the teams ended up being heavily weighted towards Geek and Sundry broadcasters. It was hilarious.
Interesting.
They came back together and they were like, ours went really bad. How'd yours go? They were like, we rolled 20s all day.
The one with Will Wheaton was the rough one.
Oh my god, the one with Will Wheaton was
sense.
fucking hilarious.
That tracks.
I still maintain that I typically roll worse than he does.
Yeah. Okay, you want to take his fame from him.
You did miss that LRM 20. Pretty
I
bad.
can't
That's
wait.
literally the only claim to fame he has left. So
Yeah.
Really?
That guy. I never hear about him.
I like his show Tabletop on Geek and Sundry, where he runs tabletop
That's still
games.
going on?
I
Yeah,
don't watch that anymore. I fell off of that.
No, it's a good show.
it's like 4 or
just
5
that,
seasons in. Yeah, it's excellent.
No,
How you
that
gonna
show's
hate
done.
like
no, it's
that?
just he went full ham, full hog into the whole identity politics thing, and then they just viciously churned on his ass.
Yeah, they did. That's right. I remember that. But that is the only news I've heard of him in the last.
That was
like,
no. The
2
super
years,
weirdest part where people were like, "Look, if you don't like me and what I have to say, you should block me." And then he blocked the person, and they were like, "You son of a bitch! I can't
dare
believe
you."
you would have the fucking gumption to block me. You are breaking my free speech." And I was like, "What is happening?
No, that's
Am I
fucking
having a
bullshit.
stroke? Are you having a stroke?"
I get so tired of that argument. Censorship, free speech. It's a social media platform. Get over yourself.
All right. So now that Lexi is distracted, it's time to do this thing. Lexi, one of your pilots has taken a head hit. This Cyclops pilot
Oh, are we back?
opens. Oh, we've been back for a while. We came back before you came back, Weather.
Make sure we got all your political talk on that.
That's great.
Look, if you want political talk, let me tell you. Yesterday before New Game Plus, it was literally like 20 minutes of fucking roasting. Then we went live on stream and we couldn't make any references to it. But in chat, we were just constantly like,
Look, if you want some lit political
Well, if
chat,
anyone wanted to see an extremely candid moment from me, I didn't even know we were live. So there you go.
he was like, "Yeah, fuck Will Wheaton," and I was like, "Weird flex, but okay." Tell me how you really feel.
just go to Arthur's general chat and on his Discord and make sure you weigh in on how pro Night King you are.
I do maintain that I still roll worse than Wheaton.
I am
I will fight
anti
for
Night
that.
King, sir,
Night
as
King
is this server.
2019.
It's
make
an
Westeros
anti
salt
Night
again.
King zone. We stand with humanity.
Hey,
Hashtag.
stop infringing on my free speech on your Discord that you sponsor.
You're free to say whatever you want. We're just gonna burn you with dragonfire.
I will cold you with dragon coldness.
That's not a thing. Well,
Oh,
I guess it is a thing now. It wasn't a thing until some people made some fucking dumb mistakes.
Bad choices were made.
Speaking of bad choices, the Cyclops pilot goes, "Boss, I've been hit in the head, boss.
How you feeling?
I'm a little shook up. I think I could go down any second, boss. And that's why, before I go to heaven for our glorious actions here,
Yeah.
I wanted to contact you and get maybe like a 1 to 2 minute dramatic retelling of your backstory as to how you joined our glorious group of revolutionaries, hoping to loyally overthrow the Steiner Davian devil brood who have infected the glorious bloodline of our nation."
You know, you could always join our side. and
We're
we
not
could,
fucking talking to you. This is encrypted conversation. Get the fuck out.
They did kill my parents.
My goodness, boss, I knew that, but every time I hear it, it makes me
heart-wrenching,
weep with sorrow.
I know.
The Steiner Davians personally killed your parents. It was probably that
Right in front of
bastard
me.
Victor Steiner Davian.
I was 3 years old. They did it right in front of me.
My goodness.
I'll never forget that day. That's why I took up the call sign Dark Phoenix, because I rose up from that darkness of my parents' death.
But then wouldn't you be a light phoenix because you rose above the darkness?
No, I definitely embraced the darkness.
All right, boss.
Don't question me.
Boss,
He says
I
that
would
and she's
never
like,
question you.
Sacrifice yourself.
I'm sorry, boss. I have a slight head wound from when I was shot in the head. I'm
It's
a little
okay.
hashtag shook up.
Just like a little chibi pat on the head. It's like, here's a band-aid.
I feel
All right.
like everyone else not part of the conversation, including her other pilots, have like gotten out and they're gathered around, like having a little picnic, sandwiches, smoking cigarettes, waiting for them.
Oh,
to
there'd be
finish.
hot dogs
No,
being
no,
served
I
out of a
definitely
pair of jeans.
I don't think they're like saluting with their hats off, just boss.
Not even jeans anybody's wearing. They have like a
Yeah, exactly. They just have a pair of jeans out
carry.
with
It's
hot
like a
dogs in them.
It's like a
definitely
denim
like a
picnic
picnic. I love
basket with
Butron.
pockets sewn in it.
Exactly. I knew that you'd want deliverable pocket dogs, so that was the way I thought it was going down.
Brilliant. I'm gonna patent that.
If I ever own a hot dog stand, I will name it Pocket Dogs.
Exactly. You just keep a whole supply of Levi's on hangers nearby where you can stuff the hot dog in.
I feel like that would be marketing genius, actually.
I don't know about that one.
You just get the little paper trays that they serve them in. You get them with like a denim pattern printed on them. So
Yeah.
you hand them like a,
That would kind of be adorable.
that's what I'm saying.
With a whole motif, you know.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Speaking of things we're embracing,
Of course, then I'd have to pay Rad for
Let's embrace death.
Yeah.
intellectual property.
We could come to a reasonable agreement though.
I thought we could embrace some initiative rules.
Oh, okay. I feel like impending dooms on the horizon for somebody.
I think several somebodies.
Well, I rolled an 11, and she rolled a perfect score. So we lost the initiative this round, boys.
Didn't
So
you tie?
I've failed you. I have failed you.
Is
No.
that?
Wait, if you.
It is.
oh,
If you rolled an
added-
11. Oh, you
No,
mean you
no,
got
no,
an
no.
11? You didn't get an 11 on the die. You got 11.
Got
Yep,
an
yep, yep,
11.
yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay. I thought you may have got 11 on the dice. Got it.
Okay.
No, I rolled a 6 on the dice. My entire roll was half of her roll.
Let us remove these movement dice, especially the one next to Rad, because he never remembers.
If we're going first, I'll move first.
Very well. What do you want to do?
Wow,
I
interesting.
move by not moving.
Oh my goodness, I'm so shy.
Baller
There we
move. My allergies are kicking in. This sucks.
Lexi, it is now to you to move.
You said it's been raining really heavily. There should be nothing in the air.
The allergies they give no F's about the rain.
I'll tell you what it's raining, SidAlpha. I'll tell you what it's fucking raining.
Is it raining men?
Men?
Oh, Jesus, come on, guys. I got the glasses out and
We
everything.
waited for you to put
I was gonna be like, barometer's getting low. According to all sources, the street's the place to go. Because tonight, for the first time, but never fucking mind, it is just about 10:30 on the East Coast where I live. But never mind. Who knows what's gonna rain now? I'm not gonna finish it. Fuck yourself.
It's not gonna rain at all.
If people start ejecting out of their mechs, it will be raining.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right, Lexi, it's your turn. What are we doing here?
It's about to be
My
raining
battle
combos.
master is running 6 hexes to here, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So running.
Oh, someone smells blood in the water.
I thought that was just your bloody nose that you're smelling from that critical hit you took.
Team protagonist, what do you want to do?
Oh, balls.
Rad, would you prefer to move?
Sure.
Or would you
That's
prefer
what you want to
wait?
do, Rad? Balls? I mean, that's a bold choice, but I'll let it play out.
Well, it is raining men after all.
Gotta play
What
favorites.
is happening? Oh.
Let me see. What is this ruin? Can I run through that?
That ruin is your base.
I thought this was the base. The
This
fire.
is the entrance to the base. I want to remind you there was cargo bay doors where the leopard comes in and out of. That's that space. You can go over it, but if you fail a piloting roll, you'll fall down into the base on top of the Cauldron Born and kill Rapier.
Sweet.
You're like,
that's-
I'll risk double ones for that.
That sounds horrible. But I'll do it.
Okay.
Picture Rapier just sitting there, smoking a cigarette, reading a book, and all of a sudden this mech just falls
Make a
out of
piloting check.
the guy.
2,
Please don't kill everybody we know.
5, 6,
Everyone
7,
dies.
8. I don't know if that's what I want to do or not.
Well, you better decide.
No, take your time. I got nothing better to do. I'm on the contract for the next 2 hours.
I think they're all going to go after Pondo, so I'm probably okay. No.
I know. I think I have a feeling just 2 of the mechs will go after Pondo,
I think
and the
right
other
there's
2 will
probably
probably come
better.
after me.
If that Cyclops wants to come over here and tango, then the Marauder can shoot it in the back. So I think I'm okay with that.
Did you pass through the ruin?
I shall roll a piloting checko
You're good.
And I am.
You're hiding?
My friends can live for now.
What happens if I destroy the ruin while he's in it?
Nothing, because that's just the top of the building.
Yeah, I'm playing the long game. I'm swinging around the backside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's the top of the recessed underground bunker.
Oh wait, she hasn't moved her piece yet, so I'll just continue doing things. So nobody can
What
stop
are you
me.
doing then?
There we go.
Very well. Lexi, it is your
Are
move.
you sure you don't want to reposition a little bit more so they're not firing into your forward arc and are instead firing into your side?
All right, my Batmaster's gonna move.
my forward arc?
1, 2. I already moved my piece, by the way.
That's fine. I was already moving mine first. I win.
4, 5, 6.
Oh shit.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we have yet to see the flashbang go full flash, haven't we?
What does that mean?
Firing all of your shit.
Actually,
Yes,
I'm
no, I
gonna
haven't
back up just a little bit right
You
here.
can. Oh, dang it. I was gonna say you could fire your flamer, but you moved.
I know, right? Flamethrower!
I got so excited.
This is gonna be the first time I ever got to use it.
What are you, a Nerf gun commercial?
What was that marble game? Crossfire. Crossfire!
And that's a walk.
I feel like we're about to sell some Beyblades on stream here. Okay.
Oh my god, I actually saw Beyblades at the store the other day. I was like,
They're
holy
still
shit.
very popular
like
for some
this.
reason.
And
It's
they
so
like the
weird. I would have thought the fact.
Beyblade Battle Arena, which is just this cheap ass plastic bin.
Look, I don't know how Beyblades ever survived not being lobbied the fuck out of when they implied that Moses parted the Red Sea with a Beyblade. I assume that Israel would have just buried them at some point.
I remember that as
that is the
amazing
dumbest
right there.
backstory I've ever heard. Speaking of dumb backstories, let's cut to the hero team. What are you guys doing?
Let's
Not
see.
a lot of
So
people
Lexi
left to move, Sid.
Lexi moved.
Yep.
Let's see. What's the movement rate of that Cyclops? Cyclops to 4-6.
Let's see.
Ooh, you got rough terrain all around you too. Bit of a pickle.
All right, Pokemon
No, I'm good.
Sword. Keep it in Britain, okay?
All right. Turn for 2, 3. Yeah, that works. My move hath been moved.
Very well.
You hath movest.
I hath movedeth.
It is a move. Lexi, it is to you. I believe you have a Cyclops and an Awesome.
For now.
For now.
Let's see which I'm facing this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For a walk. Yep, I can still hit you. Did you declare torso twist before?
You don't have to declare
We've
it until.
never done that.
Yeah.
I thought someone mentioned it last round, last session.
No.
So
No.
it's now the Hunchback's turn.
I'm going to stand up.
Ooh.
I'm going to burn my last point of edge to give him a +2 to his roll.
Because I
Ooh.
need to make a 6.
Ooh.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you have a +5 from the leg being destroyed.
Yep. And I'm piloting is 3, so it's 8. -2 is 6.
We did the maths
Okay.
during the break.
Yep.
We double checked and triple checked, and then checked each other.
And if I able to stand up, I can face whatever direction because I fell.
Is that right? I thought somebody
Yep,
literally
that is
said
right.
that was the awesome.
Page
When
50.
you stand up, you can. When you stand up, you can face in any direction.
Motherfucking page number.
Okay, I got you. I'm looking
I
at
looked it up.
standing up.
It's right before facing. And right before the four-legged mechs.
It may face any direction at no cost. Good luck. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I believe that's a failure.
Oh my
good sir.
god, that is a failure. Someone else wants to burn an edge.
No one can spend more edge to boost this after the roll because you already spent it beforehand. You can spend to re-roll.
I have no more edge.
I only have 1 point, guys.
You want me to spend mine?
You can if you want.
Yes, no? Maybe? Yes?
Sure.
Okay, I'll
I don't want you to spend it, Cotton. I would rather him face butt down, but that's fine.
go for it.
There you go.
Hooray!
All right, for 2 movement points, you stand up.
I face the direction I was before.
Ta ta ta! It defiantly gets back up
A little bit of luck.
to the Godzilla theme.
And a lot of edge.
Wait, which Godzilla theme?
Da da dun da da dun da 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 da. Yeah, I don't want to keep going. Arthur could get flagged
Oh, I'll get flagged anyway.
since I'm so spot on.
The awesome.
Look,
might get
if we were gonna get flagged, it would be for that KFC thing at the beginning of
But
the
I
show.
mentioned nothing but cakes.
Look, man, if you want to go get us a sponsorship deal from your local Nothing Cakes
Yeah, I'll be
manager.
like, I was pushing your cakes on my Twitch stream, and dozens of people watch it. Dozens.
Whoa. Dozens of people watch the Twitch one, but hundreds of people watch us weekly on
I went back not long ago and checked the very first episode, had over 1,000 views.
the first episode should have almost 10,000 views.
Maybe that's what it was. Shit, I don't know.
There was a lot of zeros and a 1 in the mix.
Which reminds
that
me,
was a
everyone
cake.
watching right now should definitely go, spread the word about this show on Twitter. Help us out.
I want to thank Core Watch, who's spreading the word on the Battletech boards about us
But,
as
alright.
being a competent game where we actually play with the Time of War rules.
Competent.
Thanks for
Well,
lying
I
for us,
had the
bro.
exact same reaction as you did.
Yeah, thank you guys, though. That's awesome.
That's a
have
compliment that we
great
usually don't
numbers
get.
for
We
this show.
literally couldn't do this without
That
you.
is a compliment we usually don't get.
Yeah.
We couldn't also do it without you
Look,
guys.
towards the end of the second season, people were saying that you guys had reached a basic level of competence.
I feel like it's kind of like when your work friend lies for you on your resume as a professional reference. They're like, he's great. Never been late. Never used a sick day. This is the best.
I think you guys are being a bit harsh on yourselves.
Yeah, maybe it's fun to be self-deprecating sometimes.
Totally have never done anything untoward.
The first episode of Battletech, Descending Shield, has 6,077 views. The only one that gets anywhere close to that is Mistborn Episode 1.
So, Lexi, where are you moving your mouse?
Champions.
I can't really move at all, so I'm just gonna stand still.
Okay.
Friends.
She's going to move by not moving. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays
Yeah.
off for her.
Mhm.
Oh, there's actually a Cotton here. I can't use that.
Shit, that's what we
Yeah,
wanted.
that's the issue.
Yeah, you can only say it now when Cotton does something bold.
I know.
I have to admit, you confused me there for a second.
No, it's actually a phrase from a thing.
I thought you confused Lexi and I together. It's not as confusing as AP calling Sawyer Sam all the time, though.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. God
Oh, I
damn.
keep needing. I need to
My
respond
bad.
to
My
Swargo.
bad. I
Swargo's
apologize.
trying to
No, it's
commission me
fine.
for artwork, and I keep ignoring him.
Well, stop ignoring him. He messaged me
accident.
about you ignoring him, and I was
No.
like, "Rad, I'll get back to you."
I sent him a joke, and then he responded to it, and I never.
Oh
responded
yeah,
to
he was so worried. He was like, "Am I actually gonna have to pay $100 for this, Arthur?" I was like, Probably not, but he does love Texas a lot.
No, we're talking shit about Texas on your
I know.
airship show.
Whoa, I don't think I was talking shit about Texas.
Y'all were all collectively. First of all of your Texan accents are offensive, straight up.
All of my accents on that show are offensive. My Spanish, my French, my Texan.
Secondly,
The point was that we were British soldiers, like British agents,
Like
going
trying to pass off shitty ass.
yeah, he texted me. He's like, "Can you do this? How much would it be?" And I was like, "Well, I would have done it for free, but then I saw you talking shit about my state on streams. Now it's gonna be $100." And he's like, "LOL, I can't."
You should message him right
And then I
now.
forgot to respond
He's
to him.
legitimately stressed about it, Rad. He's legitimately stressed.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad. Look, I get
Don't
on
feel bad.
Discord
That's
for
amazing.
like 5 minutes, and then I just like forget about it for like 2 days. Happens all the time.
If I've opened a message from somebody I don't talk to a lot, and then I don't reply right away because I was busy or something, I'll forget about
You
it.
forget about it. Yeah, that's why I don't open.
And I'm like, oh.
I don't open Discord messages until I'm like, all right, I can sit down and do this. Because I forgot about a couple early on the play-by post. I felt really bad.
See, I'm the
afterwards.
exact opposite. I look at Discord messages and then figure out if I want to respond. or not.
All right,
You
look,
guys, I do, but
we've been batting things around back and forth, but whose turn is it?
It's their turn to shoot.
Is it?
Yes,
pretty
'cause
sure
movement is
everyone.
Did the
everyone's
awesome
moving.
move? You're not moving it?
The awesome move
I
by
can't
not
really
moving.
move.
By not moving.
So
All right. I mean, if we
Yeah.
feel like everybody's moved, it is time for the great guys.
Time
I
for
would
the
say they're
firings.
good, but I feel like they're
Okay.
actually great.
Do you?
I'll shoot first.
Okay.
He is desperate to get some center torso through armor
Need
criticals.
to get that that last AC-20 off.
I mean, if you hit the center torso with the AC-20, it's an instant destruction.
Cotton can spot because she didn't move. Okay, so
I don't need
I'm
a spotter.
going to.
Do I even? I don't need a spotter. I have a line of sight on her.
Do you? Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah, I straight up have line of sight. I don't need a spotter.
Well, I'm going to do AC-20, medium, medium, small. That's what I'm doing.
Show me the power of your dice rolls.
How much movement do you lose? I think it's
2.
It's two.
if you. Well, I mean, if you get knocked, lose a leg. Is it?
Oh, I
per
think you
thing?
can walk.
No, I can run. It's just I think I'm at a 1-2 because I lost all my leg stuff. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm at a 1-2.
What's great is that this hunchback is a loner, so you're just.
Yeah. So I had to run because it takes 2 movement points to stand up from prone.
What you
I've
want
heard
to
it takes 2 to make a thing go right, but okay.
What you want to do is try and drag yourself to here, so that when you eject, hopefully you can land up here and be safe.
That'd be hilarious.
That's true. He can 1 in 6. He
bring
can.
out a sword.
If I don't get knocked over, which is a high possibility, then maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, if you could get to like even here, you'd have 2 chances.
Yeah.
And I could come and get you eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
So start at 2.
He did not move.
No, I did move because I had to get
She
up.
did not.
Oh, she did not move. Okay. Start at 2. Pretty much had to run to stand up, so it's 4. She did not move, so just shooting at 4s with everything.
I like it. I like the
You
sound.
have
of
never
it.
heat build up for that?
I probably will. Maybe.
I mean, for from before.
No. I
No.
punched. The reason why.
Yeah, he punched. He didn't fire his medium
I did
lasers.
let the
He
heat
did not
sink,
build
only
any.
dissipate 12. Actually, I lost 2. So I dissipate 11. I'll probably build some heat, but it won't matter.
Go for broke.
Yeah. All right, so AC 20 for 4. That'll hit. Center torso for 20. I think that
Oh,
takes it
she's
out.
dead. She's dead.
The
You
mech
don't need to continue
is
firing
done.
unless you.
I
really
mean, you
want to.
committed to it, so you'll need to do the heat. But yeah, at the end of the round, that awesome is toast.
I would say that I would try to shoot it. No, I'm not going to do that. That'd be-
Unless you want to try and shoot her ejected.
You want to
pilot.
try to
that'd be
shoot
poor
the
sport.
ejecting pilot?
Pondo,
Plus
I want
1
you to
XP.
think about this before you answer.
Plus 1 XP.
What would Sergeant Gray do in this circumstance?
could she escape?
There is a chance to shoot a little girl.
She could escape if you don't shoot her.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a d6.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, I don't shoot. 4 through 6, I do.
Nice.
Don't you have to
classy.
roll a d6 in the first?
Oh my god, that was
That was so close.
When I what?
so close.
Doesn't she have to roll to eject?
She does.
She does have to roll to eject.
Yes. But she'll do that on her team, her turn after she's done shooting, so that it'll be really dramatic.
Don't you still have to do the crit because it might affect salvage?
Oh yes.
That is important because I didn't blow up.
So sorry, how many crits was it? One?
Just one.
It's 1 crit.
Well, if you live, Bandito, you got a cool new awesome to pilot potentially.
If we get a center torso for it, maybe.
3 to XL fusion engine.
That's fine.
That's not great.
Center torso is gone.
With the
so
center
it's not
torso
much.
gone, the fusion engine's gone, so the mech is actually toast.
Is it
No,
not
we can get the
gone? I
weapons
thought it's
stuff
just.
off of it.
Oh, that's fair.
You
Yeah.
know, once the fusion
Doesn't
engine
matter.
is gone, it's gone.
Like,
Does it blow up?
that's a 0 salvage situation.
I mean, the mech is never going to walk again, essentially.
But I mean, we can't get weapons and plates off.
oh
of
yeah,
it,
for
so
sure.
I'm
You'll
asking-
get all that
okay.
other stuff. You just,
Okay,
but
okay.
the idea that this awesome is going to be pilotable again is.
Gotcha.
It would
it's
be
not
cheaper
gonna
to buy a new awesome than it would be to fit a new core to it.
Yep.
That's a shame. If we could have kept that fusion engine running, we could have pulled that cauldron born out of retirement, just like Arthur
No,
wants us.
Sid.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn.
All right, that is excellent news because now Cotton can annihilate this Battlemaster instead.
Dark Phoenix, what would you like to do? I will point out that you have no incentive not to fire every weapon you have on the awesome.
That's true.
Single weapon.
Yeah, that's
You
what
do
I'm
also have a -3 to your, or you have a +3 difficulty to your weapon firing.
That's fine. I'm gonna fire everything on the awesome onto that hunchback.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with my PPCs. I'm burning 2 points of edge to lower the thing by 2.
That's all of your edge, correct?
That is.
I wanna,
Potentially
before
kill.
you spend both of those points of edge, I want to point out you still have to roll to eject.
Ah, all right.
Maybe Dark Phoenix escapes and comes back a 3rd time.
Rising from the darkness.
Season 4, she shows up 6 years later with a cybernetic eye and a gloved hand.
She's a bit
Like a-
older.
In like a commando.
So what
In a
does that mean?
5 ERPPC dialogue.
Obviously, it would be in an urban area, obviously.
So he has to shoot for a run. Do I have to? Since he technically
You
did
didn't
not-
run, and he didn't move far
I didn't
enough
move
to.
enough.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm
yeah, there's
shooting at
no
5.
movement modifier. Flat.
So I'm shooting at a 5 for my PPCs.
That's correct.
All right. Well, we'll start with them.
So how many edge points are you putting into the first one? 1 or 2?
Just one.
2.
Okay. No, she backed down on it.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
a
that'll
hit.
hit.
Solid hit.
Was 10.
10.
Left arm.
Okay.
Second PPC.
Hit. That will miss.
Hey,
Third PPC.
if you choose to eject, can you dictate where you land?
That'll hit.
Location 6.
Right
I
torso.
don't know.
Is that a PPC?
It is
That is a PPC. It does
Okay.
not crit. It doesn't matter anyways.
It
Yeah,
goes in
doesn't matter.
turn rolled, right? Oh,
Nope.
it doesn't?
Nope.
It just
I'm gonna get the
Wouldn't matter
flash.
if you don't have a crit.
Okay.
Okay.
There's your 3 PPCs.
Next is my streak SRM, which is what? Still short range.
Yeah.
Just still 5. So this is all 5, right?
That'll hit.
That's the first one.
Location 5.
Do these still do cluster ratings?
Yes. No, all the missiles hit. It's just
right.
yeah. They still cluster out though.
And this
Where
is
is it?
SRM2.
Okay,
Your
so-
first 2 points is in your right leg, missing, so right torso.
Is there a crit?
Nope.
Okay.
Then location 5.
Same
again.
location, does crit.
Does?
Wait, no. It's a 7. No
critical.
critical.
I think it's
no
right.
crit.
No, it's just where my AC.
Sorry, 8 or higher, not 7 or higher. 8 or higher. No crit.
Okay.
Go on.
Don't scare me like that, Sid.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go on.
Doing work.
Next, my
Work
second,
with this hunchback.
my second streak SRM
Okay.
does not hit.
Oh, thank
My medium pulse laser
That'll hit.
does hit. Location 6.
It's your right torso. No crit.
Okay.
Still good. Still there.
5.
And then finally my small
Poor Mac.
pulse laser,
Fine.
It's poor Mac.
which
That'll hit.
will hit location 9.
Left leg.
Okay. That's
Goes to your left torso,
Fine.
right? Oh, no, it's your right
That's the left
torso.
leg.
Gone.
That's
Okay.
the left leg.
Man, this hunchback's a trooper.
He's fucking ready to go, dude. He's got another round in him. Easy.
I'm going to do it.
My God.
It's about the pogo stick on another hex.
You got anything else?
Nope, that's it for my awesome.
How the hell did that thing survive?
I need you to make a roll to eject.
He just stood up and KO'd that awesome and is still standing on one leg.
Okay. I will burn a point of edge, because what do I need to eject?
Not much, I don't think.
You need your piloting modifier. So, like, a 2.
So don't roll snake eyes.
So I can't
You
fail.
eject.
Okay.
You can fail.
I mean, if you roll double ones, you would fail. All right, you eject. 1, 2, 3. You eject up here.
Oh, nice.
Rad, you want to take care of my light work for me?
You're what?
The ejected pilot.
I don't know if I can see up there.
I don't think so.
You can't.
We're gonna find out if.
Now we need an altered
I'm gonna go
Cottontailed
in
just
that
prone
space and get
things
up
of
there
Dark Phoenix.
faster.
We're gonna have
Dark
to find
Phoenix
out
rolling
if,
around on the plateau holding an Eevee plushie, just saying just
How-
prone things.
how bloodthirsty Black Rabbit is, and if she's the type to shoot this ejected mech pilot or not.
I guess we'll have to find out.
Please shoot
Yeah,
one
I
of the
guess
other
you
mechs.
could say that if she did do it, it would be nothing personal, kid. If she only used one weapon, she'd be using only 10% of her power. Speaking of all that, this glorious awesome goes down. It's very unfortunate. Very
It
unfortunate.
is.
Y'all are up.
This hunchback's just limping along.
MVP Pondo in this hunchback.
Oh shit.
Can I open comms?
I got it.
Yes, you can. What do you want to say?
I'll say, you guys can surrender now and we won't shoot your little leader up there.
All three of them go, boss! Boss!
Oh.
Boss!
Oh. Oh. Your leader's
I don't know. Called me.
balance.
I don't like the sound of that.
Is
Your
her
life
pride.
literally
I'm
ends
not
in
small.
life.
Well, I can't really judge your
Surrender.
size from this giant mech.
Must be nice being a nice big mech, lots of firepower and armor.
I mean, you have the exact same size mech.
Actually, that's 20 tons more.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, about the
big
same
difference, actually.
I mean, yeah, but you were going up against a mech 30 tons lighter and lost.
But I got shot repeatedly by your other mechs. Is that right?
So
it
did
wasn't.
I.
It was not solely.
So did that hunchback.
That's how you play the game.
I got shot by you 3 times.
Your lance rolled in here with like 45 tons on our lance, so.
One of your men calms you. Boss!
Technically, you still out-ton us, don't you?
I've been with you since the beginning, boss. When we were just street kids, running with guns, trying to take down all the foreigners infesting our spaceports.
Gross.
Look how far we've come, boss. Can we really afford to die here? What if we trade them the information we have? Let them walk away with the salvage of the awesome. Boss,
They'll be giving up our cause.
they failed us, boss. They never have to know it came from us. Who would know in the middle of a planetary invasion that it was us? Boss,
Maybe we could start our own cause.
we could. We could become like mercenaries or like cool pirates.
Could always join us.
Can we hear this?
It's encrypted.
Yeah, it's encrypted. I'll go with that.
Can I hack into it?
I'll allow for it.
In your.
Really? Can he?
Yeah, I'm gonna allow it. He's gonna need a 12.
The computers?
Yep.
Good thing he has a
+3.
plus 12 to his roll.
I
Can't
don't. Nope.
Do you have at least a +3?
So
I
question,
do.
if I
Actually,
do-
yeah.
So you made
You
it.
cut in at this point of the conversation. You haven't heard anything else.
Okay.
For the love of
Question:
God.
if I surrender, does that mean do my mech still fire technically since it's all in?
If
like,
we
in
just surrender
action?
now, no one else will fire. You're like, oh, I really want to get Pondo so bad.
We're gonna have to put this hunchback on like a trophy stand.
It's not your hunchback.
It's not.
I mean, that's all it's worth now, right? Because it can't really do much. All
I
the damage
still have an
taken.
AC-20 to use.
It's actually fine. It's missing a
Yeah.
leg, but
We can totally.
I don't know that
repair this
any
thing.
hunchback missing a leg is totally fine.
we just
but
get a new book for that bad boy.
It's completely okay.
I don't know that a mech
we
that's
can-
only good at melee range is very good when it's missing its ability to get to melee
Put
range.
that
can
culture
totally
board leg
repair
on it,
this
good to
mech.
go.
That's the culture board leg is like
it's missing the
twice
same
as
leg
thick
that's
and like almost twice as tall. Oh,
Pondo's a good pilot. He can handle it.
Jeez, it sounds like chat wants me to come back a third time as Dark Phoenix, so
all three guys hold their hands up, reaching out anime style, and I'll say boss, and they appear in the screen in like 3 triangle wedges. Boss, boss,
I
boss.
just see this like streak of like black wings come out from the cliffside as she holds her eye. It's a different eye this time, of course.
What?
Okay.
Do you surrender?
I'll surrender my awesome and the information that we have. If you let us go free.
Surrender. You can't surrender a destroyed mech.
Yes, I can.
She says,
You're an
"Ejected from a
idiot."
Cliffside.
First of all, I'm negotiating a surrender, so please stop talking.
I mean, I am your commanding officer, so silence.
Officer.
Excuse me, if I could just talk to the person I'm supposed to talk to negotiate, y'all figure that out and then let me know. I'll be
Well,
Well, I started
cool
with
with my
surrender, so this is
wound.
my surrender. Ronan's got my back, right?
Ronan says nothing.
You're commanding officer.
You get that like calm
the captain.
malfunctioning can't get message.
This is
All right, no, Doc Rabbit, Black Rabbit, whatever the hell she wants to call herself. She wants to negotiate this surrender. We'll let her. Let's see
oh
how
boy,
well she does.
you're literally gonna have 2 edgelords negotiating. Go ahead.
She wants to handle this. I'm going to put some faith in her. Let's see what she does.
Look, do I ever know your name? I don't think I've ever met you.
Dark Phoenix.
Might as well call her Worm at this point.
I'm not rude like you. Dark Phoenix.
Yes, you are.
It's true.
At least
Sir, let her handle it.
yourself during the whole match. You finally showed yourself and what? You're already running away.
Talking mad shit from her ejection seat in the grass.
Y'all just happy y'all lived through this, so
I mean, I think I was gonna live either way. I'm not sure about
Not terribly worried.
not
Bandito.
sure about other people, yeah. That's true.
It's fine. I'm just pushing, hot wiring stuff together that's currently destroyed at the moment.
Just kinda hopping on one foot.
Anyway, Dark Phoenix.
Yes. Black Rabbit it was?
Black Rabbit, yes. I
Very
have
cool
no
name.
idea why you're attacking us. Everybody seems to hate these guys for some reason. I just joined them. So if you could tell me what the problem was to begin with.
Boss, I just want to remind you that these guys took over our base. That's our base that they're squatting in.
Yep. The reason we're fighting right now is that you're currently in our base. We came here hoping to salvage some equipment for our own mechs. So obviously, you all being here is trespassing.
Our base was overtaken as well. So we came here seeking refuge.
Let's see.
Why were you not here if this was your base?
I've been hiding.
I like have a sensor lock on one of the mechs. I'm sitting there doing a crossword puzzle, just waiting to know if I need to pull the trigger or not.
Were you hiding from this planetary invasion?
Let's see. I think I am hiding from planetary invasion, right?
Yes, but you're also hiding from planetary security.
Yes, I am hiding from planetary invaders.
Nice.
Well,
Black Rabbit,
all
I will
we
fill
wanted
you
to
in on
do here was get our mechs really equipped and then be safe for get a good night's rest. That's all we wanted. And then y'all happen to be here, and then open fire on us.
I'm gonna send just a text message to Black Rabbit,
I was going to do the exact same thing.
Okay.
and it's just gonna say, you need to negotiate a mech out of this deal, a functioning one. Otherwise, we live today and we'll probably just die tomorrow.
She also receives a simultaneous text message from Harridan that says, try to negotiate for a single mech or to have them join us wholesale.
so Ronan gets the text next to the little thumbs up emoji, and
Harridan gets the middle finger emoji.
yes,
Yes.
that's exactly what happens. You need a
Ronan
place
sends
to-
back like 3 smiley faces with the tears coming out of the sides.
You need a place to stay. We have a common enemy.
She gets back the angry snort.
You could stay here for a while.
You are our enemies.
Why?
Are they planetary? They're mercenaries, right?
Yes.
Okay. I
So-
watched the show. So, haven't they worked with planetary security?
They specifically came to the planet to hunt your terrorist group.
I don't think that would work out very well for us
Why?
to stay with you.
Temporarily.
Our groups don't get along very well.
Boss, I
This
think
is
that
a-
we could work together just to drive the invaders off the planet.
This is a temporary.
It'd be like those cool stories you used to tell us about that Japanese animation. Where all the bad guys teamed up with the
Anime?
good guys. Yeah, boss, like that. We could
Fight a
temporarily
common
team up
enemy?
with them, and then right before the final battle where we drive them off, we steal stuff from them and then disappear into the night. With some menacing messages like, ha ha
Can
ha.
we hear this?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep.
Okay, how
for sure.
about
I was like, I hacked into their system.
I feel like is this like the chibi smack?
Hey, you're just talking a bit too much, revealing yourself. Just gonna let you know that.
let's call it a temporary ceasefire. Nobody will harm anybody. We'll both stay here for safety. When the planetary invaders leave, when we've taken them down together, you'll leave or we'll leave quietly. And then when we meet in the future, who knows what will happen?
But y'all have been the cause of so much suffering to my
Well,
people.
Don't include me in this. I barely know these guys.
So much that I love.
Have they destroyed?
How can I team up with you guys? How can I live underneath your roof?
Excuse me. I know
I
that
thought I was talking
agreed
to
to.
Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit is already stating that she isn't aware of previous interactions between us, so allow me, as the unit commander, to step in here and state that right now, we cannot worry about past aggressions. We cannot worry about past angers and frustrations and wishing to destroy each other. Right now, the clan is everyone's enemy. The clan is invading my home and yours. You wish to side with us to fight these clans off so we can resume our fight another day? Or do you wish to hand victory over to the clanners?
He makes
I
a
just
pretty
don't
good
know.
point, boss.
Shut up.
Yes, boss.
Closing comms. Black
I'm just
Rabbit
not
may
sure how
resume
honorable you
negotiations.
are.
Well, we didn't shoot you out of your mech.
You wanted to.
Yet.
No, I didn't.
I heard it was a roll of a die. If I were to live or die.
Boss, that sounds really meta, boss.
That sounds
I
extremely meta there, yes.
I mean, even when I threatened your groups to shoot you, I probably would have just jumped up there and taken you prisoner instead of shooting you. I'm not really that shooty, when I have a choice type.
Really? Because my awesome has says otherwise.
No, that's because your awesome will protect your, human parts. Also, I didn't want you to kill my teammate, so.
I feel like
Well, that's mine and ass.
Bandito does that. The same thing Pondo just did. He hears that. He's like, all right.
That's mine and ass.
I'll need time to consider this.
We're gonna have to
read this because it's currently still the same round of combat.
Indeed.
Look, guy who broke into our comms, okay? Look, everybody knows that talking is a free action.
No matter how long the
Especially complex political negotiations.
Starting to feel like this is a lot more than what would be covered in 6 seconds.
I think the GM said it was okay, so fuck off.
I understand that. This is a big decision. If you can put your past behind you with these guys temporarily, then we can work together and take down the bigger threat. Plus, we both need a safe place to stay for now, and we'd be better if we had more numbers, you included. I'm sure you don't want any of your teammates to get hurt either.
That is true. You see how devoted my companions are.
If you want, I'll help you get off that cliff real quick, and you guys can go talk together.
I'm pretty sure her mechs are a lot closer.
Yes, but I can jump up there.
Oh, that's true. It is a 3 high.
Stuck up before.
That is a 3 high.
See, it's a bit on the mount.
Granted, she could go off the other side that you got up on that clipped up before, so.
Dark Phoenix, I am willing to abide by the stipulations that my subordinate has laid out for you. If you wish to discuss this further, we are willing to allow a ceasefire.
Yeah, that sounds great for me, actually. That sounds good.
It's kind of staticky, right? Because it kind of messed up.
No, it's actually, everything is fine.
It's just.
It's like, look, I might be a walking skeleton, but all my internal parts are still real good. Sure, a cold breeze with some hailstorm is definitely going to wipe my mech out, but... What's your call here, Dark Phoenix? All eyes are on you.
If we work together, after the clans are defeated, then what? How do I know that you won't just murder me and my men in our sleep?
How do I
Or
know
turn
that
your guns on
you
us?
won't murder us in our sleep?
We are taking very much the same risk with you, are we not? I am willing to take that risk for the future of ourselves, the future, your future, and the future of this planet.
Boss, this is just like all of those Japanese animations.
You're right, like the warrior code.
Are you willing to
She
take
just
that
like gets
risk?
this rudder. Fine then. I accept your terms. Me and my men will join you until the clans are rid from this planet.
Yeah, that sounds great for me currently. That sounds real good.
Very well. All mechs, cancel your targeting locks and power down weapons. I'm accepting a ceasefire.
I'll kind of hop up here to pick her up.
And squish me. Too far.
I can't stand up there with the pawn. Stand up right next to it. Just on this one.
Okay. So, if I'm reading this correctly, you guys are going to, your team will walk away with the salvaged armor plating and internals of the Awesome. And the Cyclops and the 2 Battlemasters and their pilots will temporarily enter the base with you and will act as an independent unit. I've talked to Lexi. You guys can request actions of her as you would of any of your other allies, and I'll pass them on to her and see what she does.
Okay.
So something to note is that
we will absolutely uphold that agreement.
Okay, your base only has 4 mech gantries. One of them's taken up by the Cauldronborn, so there is not enough space.
We're going to have to prioritize most damaged mechs.
That Battlemaster on their side is pretty fucking damaged. I assume you meant your mechs, however.
No.
Oh, interesting call. Interesting call.
This is, I did state very clearly that this was going to be a cooperative effort and that we would share resources, and I'm going to stand by my word. So her most damaged mech along with our most damaged mechs.
Okay, so those are the two that are taking the 2 bit gantries for priority repair. Interesting. Your men note this. Dark Phoenix are like, boss, they're keeping their end of the deal.
I see he's a practicer of the Warriors Code. Honor.
Boss, he might be a dark warrior like you.
He wishes. And she holds her other eye.
All right, so Harridan,
Constantly switching.
I just want to let you know that all of her men now refer to you as Dark Murder rather than Murder 6. That's your new call sign.
Interesting. All right.
Sir, please don't become an edgelord like them.
It's never going to happen. I mean, with this shitty faux British accent, do you really think I could pull off being edgy? No.
Sir, that's getting a little meta there.
You'd have to do a more, was it Commoner or South London? I don't know the region.
Or Cockney?
British. Cockney, yeah.
You could go super
Hello.
fancy British, you know.
Oh, dark.
Posh edgelord.
All right, Dark Phoenix Brotherhood of Cincinnatus is joining with Battlemaster / Cyclops. Okay, so you guys have a reserve assault lance.
You should tell your squire that his hunchback did pretty good.
Yeah, right.
That's an amazing hunchback.
As you guys,
I was like, Squire, attend to me. He's like, your mech did great. Now go fix it because it is fucked up.
as you head back into the base, Rapier debriefs the 2 command officers. Ronan, you're left to your own devices. What do you do when you're back inside of the LCS Idris Elba?
Actually, during the debrief, I want the entire lance there.
Black Rabbit, do you show up?
I don't know. Who's all gonna be there?
Well, it's
Everybody.
basically the informational breakdown of what has happened, what's to come, everything like that. Basically, Harridan wants the entire lance there because everyone needs to know what's going on, because the more brain power that can be brought to any given situation, obviously, the better off we're going to be.
See,
I will also invite Dark Phoenix to attend as well.
you see, Cotton knows that, but Black Rabbit wants to know who's going to be there.
Ronan will be there.
Okay, I'll go.
But also Harridan.
She's always all the places she's supposed to be. She's very straight-laced, like professional soldier. She's a square, basically, to Black Rabbit. She's very like the antithesis of Black Rabbit's like rebelliousness. She's the opposite. She's like, but these are the rules, and this is what we follow them because they're the rules.
The rules say the charts.
Without rules, there's chaos.
And for any informational breakdown and stuff, I will also invite Dark Phoenix to attend.
Okay. Dark Phoenix, do you attend?
Of course.
All right. So let me tell you what
If we're
happens.
going to be working together, then we need to actually work together.
All of Dark Phoenix's men show up behind her, and on the far side of some ammo boxes, trying to pretend like he's not showing up, as close as possible to Black Rabbit, Bubba is waiting with a 2-liter, 2 glasses, and a bag of ice. Just waiting.
I'm actually gonna walk over to him and like do the sideward hand on shoulder, even though we're like standing side by side facing opposite directions.
Oh, I didn't see you there, sir.
Young man, if I may, there's
I wouldn't say young man. I'd say like lower middle age.
there is such a thing as the benefits of subtlety. So we're engaged in a meeting. I would request that you.
I'm waiting outside comfortable speaking distance.
I am.
I'll
saying
wait over there, darling. I got that soda for you. Okay.
a little bit more tact. You're coming on a bit strong, sir. You have to remember, easy, slow, and steady wins the race. You know. I just smile and
Must be
nod at
different
him,
kind of races that we're racing, sir.
Apparently. Usually, though, it races that I win, however. And I turn around.
I don't
and
know.
walk
You guys
away.
didn't seem to have any problem taking our car earlier.
Are you saying that my Lance Pilot is a vehicle?
What? I think our wires are crossed. I'm going to wait over there with the drinks. Y'all have
Yes.
a nice meeting.
Please do.
Oh, Rapier isn't coming to this meeting. Rapier's busy repairing some fucking mechs.
Now, Rapier can choose to attend or not attend as he wishes. He knows how to best utilize his time. I trust him.
I mean, his time right now is spent bolting some armor plates onto a hunchback. It's literally bolting them. He's like,
Is there any possibility we can pull leg components off of the cauldron board?
Doesn't it have like? Doesn't it utilize like generic inner sphere legs? Like, isn't that a thing?
yes,
But for a medium.
but it
yeah.
requires the specific mech size.
But it needs to be from a medium.
So it can't be the awesome leg components because it's an assault.
We can't put it like on the awesome.
I mean, the
bottom
heavy.
half,
I'm sorry.
and
The
be, like,
awesome also
tiny
uses.
hunchback on top, and then.
So don't forget that the
Thighs
awesome
awesome
uses different
on the
armor
bottom.
because it
Are
uses
you trying to make a thick hunchback?
Yes. Thick thighs save lives.
the awesome uses ferrofibrous armor, I believe, or whatever the double armor type, endosteel something. Maybe. I guess maybe it doesn't. It doesn't have the internals for it.
It has way too much
Okay.
stuff. So it could work if it was the right weight class.
It's not. But the
Yeah,
legs too
we're
big.
gonna have to take a very close look at things to figure out. Someone brought up a very good point. The hunchback might end up as a new power source. It's possible that the cauldron board might be better off.
God, that's sad.
Currently, the hunchback is, I think, in better condition than the
The
cauldron.
hunchback is missing a leg.
So is the cauldron born, but the hunchback still has his AC-20.
That's true.
So as you're bantering all this around, Rapier texts you, letting you know that he let up the comms antenna for a few seconds, and that he's got a buoy message from your light lance. They'll be arriving within the hour.
Excellent.
Okay,
So
their
next
current
up, we've
status
got 3
is
lances here. We need to start opening up some
yeah,
mech bay resources.
parts of 3 lances here.
Yeah, we have most of.
Still, we need to open up some mech bay resources.
So we'll do that next week because it requires flipping the table, and I don't want to do that yet. But in order to clear it out, you'll have to assign a mech pilot in a mech to do it. And every time you move the rubble to clear out a mech gantry, there is a chance that you give away your position on seismic sensors.
Can we take a longer period of time and
No.
lessen the chance?
Nope.
And if we do that, it's just one extra gantry.
Yes, but there are multiple gantries available. So you have a partially damaged wolfhound, a partially damaged phoenix hawk, a perfectly fine mongoose, and a raven that has a destroyed one leg and has all of the critical spots on its other leg damaged.
Shit.
Awesome.
Wow, coming up short on legs.
Well,
So the raven was
But our
attacked.
pilots are okay. That's the important
Yeah,
thing.
so the raven was attacked by 2 points of elementals. It was hit by 10 elementals, 1 on each leg. And within moments, they just ripped the raven apart. And he ran from the battle as fast as he could get away. That's how they ended up stumbling into the village. Howler will give you a more full, detailed report next week.
Okay.
I think we want that Phoenix Hawk repaired. As long as there's no like physical.
We'll worry about it next week. We'll
midterm stuff.
micromanage it. We'll micromanage
Cool.
it.
It's gonna be a lot of micromanaging now.
So my immediate question is, what are you requesting of Dark Phoenix's lance?
Well,
The
right
information
now,
spoke
I'm
up.
not requesting anything of Dark Phoenix except for any existing intelligence she already has. Because her mechs are pretty beat up, our mechs are pretty beat up. Everybody needs time to lick their wounds before we go back out there and start getting back into action. So I
And
think
probably
now
get
would
one
be
guy who got
a good
injured.
time for logistics and out of mech stuff. So I'm not going to be asking any of them until their mechs are ready to do something.
Within 8 hours, their mech lance will be functional. It won't be at 100%.
still, give him more time. The more time we have, the higher, the more repairs we can make on the mechs, the better chances.
All right, so you're not asking anything of their pilots immediately.
No, I think everybody needs some time.
There's one needs to go get healed.
I know that we're on a bit of a time crunch, but foolishly rushing in can cost lives. I don't want to do that.
Okay. I feel like we can conclude this session right now then.
Only fools rush in, Arthur. Like in the song.
I know the song. I've heard it before.
You asked, so let me insert this before we end everything.
Well, I don't want to. Actually, I don't want to end it yet because there's 2 more scenes that I want to have. But yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do yours.
The first one is going to be the Black Rabbit scene, with your soda friend. How does this go down? Talk to me about this.
Well, she takes the soda, and then she takes the moment to brood, stare off into the distance. She drinks it slowly.
He also sips at his soda slowly and then puts a bottle of whiskey on the table and says, "It was a hard fight out there." Oh, sorry. I am from the South. There we go. That was a hard fight out there. You want something harder to put in that?
What? No, I wasn't allowed to drink.
What do you mean you're not allowed to drink?
I mean, don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't have to drink if you don't want to. Do you mind if I imbibe?
I don't care what you do.
I mean, you don't care at all what I do?
No.
Not even a slight bit? That's so cold.
I know.
He acts wounded.
I've got a cold heart now.
Tell me about that. How'd you wind up in this particular situation?
War hardens the heart.
That's so deep. It's so deep.
I know.
Unless you have anything else, I think he's just going to spend the rest of his time staring at you awkwardly.
I'm just broody.
Okay, all right. Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
After he gets some mech repairs time in, he takes a short break, Rapier, and comes over to you and says, "Sergeant, come with me."
Does it? I guess. What rank is Rapier?
He is a private 3rd class, but he is also the commander of this base, which makes for a really awkward situation as to whether or not you recognize his authority.
Yeah, she stops and gives. Would she know him? Right? They've interacted.
I think that you've probably interacted with him because as Pathfinder, he's been doing internal security. So he's been reviewing everybody's files for new pilots.
Okay.
So you probably spoke with him briefly on the dropship while you were in
also did a
system.
psych eval.
She gives.
Oh yeah, psych eval. That's right. You met him before.
She gives brief pause, but then she follows without any word.
He leads you over to the couch area where they've got recreations of recorded holovids.
Okay.
The familiar sounds of broadcaster James Jives is just like, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. On the 15th day of August, El Guapo defends his title as quarter-finalist of the mech mashup here on Solaris. El Guapo, of course, has been known to use several variants of light and medium mechs in melee combat and is making a name for himself as a professional luchador. Here we can see his patented triple Quetzalcoatl fire, where he uses his jump jets to approach from a high angle where no one can see him and land in a death from above.
Are we watching this together?
Yeah. So Rapier is like,
he brought me to see.
He brought you. No, he brought you there, but now he's like putting it down. He's like, I'm sorry, there's no mute button on it yet. It broke.
I position myself to keep eyes on the television as I put it behind him. You know what I mean? So I can continue to watch.
So he's like, look, Molly. Can I call you Molly?
I prefer Sergeant Olsen.
Sergeant Olsen. Your time here has been rather stressful. Your psych evaluation. I wouldn't say that I was qualified to administer one, so we're probably going to need to do another one down the line with someone who's a medical doctor at some point. But, I feel like you need to get up to speed with how things work around here. you know, I was just looking over your file, saw that. I'm sorry, were you an orphan? Is that what I'm reading here?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, look, there's a man that I greatly respect and admire who took in orphans. Maybe you've heard of him. His name was Kenneth Cross. We've got some of his training videos here. Administrative Duties 101. I was hoping that maybe you might take a look at it real quick and get yourself situated with the kind of work that a sergeant might do around here.
She kind of stares at him blankly for just maybe ever so slightly longer than would it be appropriate.
Yeah, and he
just
gives
like,
you a hard glare, like ever so slightly more suspiciously than maybe a normal person
Yeah,
would.
and she's like, of course. I appreciate you trying to get me in the loop.
Yeah, no problem.
It's been a week, or well, it's been like 3 days or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's been 3 days.
yeah, this is definitely. I've been in a couple of units, and this one has been definitely the most eventful in 3 days than the other ones had been in the whole time I was there combined. So
He slides over a holovid with the face of Kenneth Cross, giving the shooter guns and
Yeah.
the giant 10-gallon cowboy hat.
she just takes it. She doesn't look at it. Like it's almost as if she makes a point not to look at it.
Well, all right then. If you have
And
any,
then to kind of like change the conversation, she kind of up nods at the TV behind him, and she's like, "That's some fancy piloting over there."
oh yeah, that's El Huapo. He's one of our pilots. He's a master
really?
marauder. Oh yeah. So we sponsor him.
This unit.
I mean, El Huapo is sponsored by this unit. Yes.
Oh, okay. But he wasn't in this mercenary.
Who can say what El Huapo's past is? Truly, he is a mysterious and confounding individual. Some say he was born from the heart of a sun, with an axe in his hand and a fire in his heart.
Wow. Who says that?
Well, me mostly, but some
Oh.
commentators on Solaris 7.
All right.
I feel like at that point, Harridan walks by and says, "Oh, it looks like Heavy Seven's doing quite well. Fantastic." And to keep walking.
She just kind of takes mental note.
So, yeah, when
Must
this
be
is
pretty-
happening, Rapier's keeping a really close watch on you. He's just like,
Must be pretty neat knowing somebody so famous.
well, I mean, I'm a little famous myself, but sure, yeah, he's pretty
Oh.
famous.
All right.
He's a little
Well,
famous.
thanks again, Private. I appreciate everything.
Of course. Just call me Commander, Base Commander.
Sure, probably not, but I do appreciate it, and I know that you'll be my go-to guy whenever I need.
Once you finish that 101, just come
Some
back to me.
direction.
I'll get you the next training video in the line.
All right, appreciate that. And she turns to leave.
Glad the
One thing real quick I want to
Okay.
ask.
Mm-hmm.
Several of the pilots in this lance have had long-term issues. I just wanted to ask what your relationship with Bandito is.
Oh, I just met him.
No outstanding problems with him or anything like that?
Should I have that?
It's just in this lance, normally people develop a deep and pathological hatred of him.
in 3 days.
Just let me know if anything comes up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's an order. All right, Rapier out. Gotta get back to work.
Okay. And she goes back to her room. Do we have rooms? Does she have a space?
So you do have very small rooms in the engineering section of the LCS.
Okay.
But now that there's so many more pilots incoming, they're going to be sectioning off space within the base. So
Okay.
where all of the rubble came down in, they're going to be like setting up screens so people can have some privacy and
Sure.
Yeah, we still have living quarters inside the dropship, though, right?
So remember the dropship was cut in half and only the engineering section is left.
Oh, okay.
So there's only some
I did
emergency
not recall
rooms.
that. Okay.
So she goes back to her space, wherever that is, and she kind of tosses it's like a DVD.
Yeah.
She tosses that on her bed, face down, and goes to, I don't know, the Battletech equivalent of her laptop or iPad or whatever.
Your
right?
data slab.
Sure. My data slat. And she gets on it, and you have like the over the shoulder camera shot of her her getting on her computer, and you can see the screen and stuff. And what you see is this personally generated like database of like a huge list of mercenary company names, or at least what you can assume to be mercenary company names. You conclude that because several of them are recognizable, and Crow's Black is one of the names that are on that list, and like 4 of the names are crossed out. And then she goes to open the file on Crow's Black, and that's when the camera switches. You don't get to see what's in the file. You just see her face, and it's just blank and intense, and just like just working on her computer, focused. And that's it. That's the end of that scene.
The post-credit scene of this episode is in the bottom left-hand corner. It says live broadcast. It's an official Comstar broadcast, and there's a man that's standing at the front of the camera and says, "People of Kolovrati, I am presenter Matthew Solomon. We at Comstar will do what we can in order to curb the barbarity of the clan invaders, but we recognize them as the current rulers of this planet and will abide by their customs. We ask that even though this particular ritual may be unsuitable for children and for those with tender tendencies, that any who are capable watch through to the end." And as he steps aside, you can see that 2 huge clan elementals are leading a pair of people behind them. They have like 3 cords wrapped around their wrist. They're like pushed down so that they're on their knees. It's pretty easy to recognize Anastasia Ulster, your communications officer, T-Service, and her husband, David, your adjutant. And like 8.5, 9 foot tall form of Galaxy Commander Raheem Roland comes out and says, "People of the Inner Sphere, these 2 officers have perpetrated crimes against the clans, against your new clan, the Steel Viper, against all of humanity. For that, these 2 will pay here and now with their lives. They don't get last words because they are your enemy as much as they are our enemy." And he like slowly withdraws a sword that looks like a claymore. He's pulling like 5 foot of steel out of a sheath. And then right before he hits, it cuts to black. You guys get 75 experience points.
Dang. Not T-Service.
I'm guessing there's not time to do like what more scene is there.
What do you got for me? What do you I want to have the dramatic.
I had some stuff too, so.
What I was wanting to do is get Harridan and Dark Phoenix and her Lance to talk about the information they're speaking of prior to
That's
them.
up to Dark Phoenix if she wants to spill it or not.
Is that a part of our agreement?
Dark Phoenix, what do you got?
It was, but I thought you were gonna give them the information.
Oh no! So I'll do it. Okay.
I personally don't know anything at the moment.
Their unit came from the town of Raffinia. It was attacked by a large number of elementals, and their unit was forced out. But in the process, they ran into another kind of terrorist cell. Apparently, Loki is active in Raffinia, and they chased out Dark Phoenix's forces as well. So there's an ongoing ground war between a large number of infantry troops throughout the mining city of Raffinia, southeast of where you're currently located. It's in the middle of the desert.
Okay. Hey, sir, I saw Crimson. I don't know what she was doing. She was speaking in a weird voice and dressed up like.
Well,
I forgot about that.
That is what most people tend to refer to as being undercover. You see.
No, I understand. Okay, you just had to explain. I was just really confused. She said something to me, and I don't know.
Right now, it appears that there are larger considerations going on, and we may not be well liked by our own government at the moment. So
well,
is being forced to basically choose. She's helping us. She seems to be helping us where she possibly can, and I will continue to take that help wherever possible.
So we got Loki
Yes.
down south of us. Is that it?
Southeast.
Southeast. Okay.
Yes.
Huh. Well, that's some news, I suppose.
It's something. Every little bit adds to the larger puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's so deep. You really are dark murder, huh?
You
So
are
when
an
you
odd
take
one.
this-
All three of her men go dark murder, and then another one goes dark murder, and the third one goes dark murder.
Sir, we need some sunshine and rainbows in your stat.
I don't even know what's happening right now, but if it keeps them satisfied, then so be it.
I feel like they're trying to slowly convert you to their side.
Let me just tell you, that if
My
Heavy
accent is
Seven,
entirely all wrong for that sort of
Heavy
thing.
7 was still in this lance, there is a 100% chance you would all wake up and all of Dark Phoenix's people would be dead. Like 100% chance. He would kill every single one of them in their sleep without asking you.
He would try.
100% chance.
I mean, the possibility.
I mean, realistically, that's what Harridan is going into this expecting, is for someone to go through and actually do that.
That's
So
what the good
the
sergeant
next
does,
day, he's
right?
going to be extremely surprised when they're still alive.
Yeah. The good sergeant solves all of the commander's problem. He anticipates his needs and solves all of his problems without him asking.
I think my issue is I kind of owe them because I could have been dead if they didn't join our side.
Sure, all of you
I mean,
guys have
that's not
obligations.
you don't owe someone for not killing you. That's not how that works.
Not
My
only are they
character
still
didn't give their
alive,
word to anyone for anything.
not only are they still alive, but Black Rabbit set up Dark Phoenix's own little tent made
Yeah.
full black materials, you know?
Just making friends.
Oh, nice.
I was halfway simple. Just shoot her. Let's end this.
Well, she's going to be around. We may as well make good on our word.
Yeah.
So if she can be of use to us, and she does bring 3 assault mechs to the battle, it could be a lot of help.
Kind of wish I didn't. Granted, I didn't have a choice.
Well, it is what it is.
That's fair.
Ready to do some outros?
Yeah.
Lexi, thank you for joining us. You got your glorious battle once again.
Yep.
You've joined the team somehow.
I did not expect that, honestly.
I didn't expect it either.
But I figured it'd be great for an extra
Guest appearance. You're booking
Of
yourself
course.
down the line. Yeah.
locking that down.
I mean, there was a possibility. I almost landed on that 6. I would have shot you. And over.
Why say that? Why say that now, though?
Just a coin flip.
Lexi,
Narratively, it's more interesting this way, I think.
Yeah.
when
I
like
agree.
when you aren't,
It is like one of those
here,
animes.
where can people find you and what do you do?
You can sometimes find me on twitch.tv/LexiTells playing some League of Legends. Other times I kind of pit around on Discord, posting random reaction gifs and stuff like that. And that's about it right now.
SidAlpha, you're a man who now professionally non-journalizes things.
Because I'm not a journalist.
It's true.
Despite how many times people try to label as me as such. Label as me as such. I can English very well tonight.
Can you?
Apparently.
When you're not Englishing, which is apparently tonight. What are you doing? Where can people find you?
Normally you can find me over at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/SidAlpha, where I do industry commentary, video game industry news, that sort of thing. I also have a once a week news recap video series, I suppose you could call it, Line of Sight over at the channel Exclusively Games on YouTube. And I'm also going to be back here on Saturday to continue with the steampunk game that we've been playing with Cotton and Swargula. I actually will be dressing up this time. I guarantee it. I have the stuff. It's here. It arrived.
Well, that's nice for you because I won't.
That's fine. But promise made, promise kept. Even if a bit belatedly, I'll still do it. Until then, yeah, I apologize if I'm seeming out of sorts. I'm really not feeling good right now at all. So don't expect a video from me tomorrow night because of that. But I did my best to stick it out for this evening, and I did have a lot of fun. Lexi is a formidable opponent, to be sure. She still did not manage to kill any of us. Again.
It was pretty close, though.
It was
as much as
close.
Pondo's like, I might have shot you on a 6, like slight variations.
No, I still would have went down after because her men would still fought us because they have to avenge their master.
Absolutely,
of course. They were gone to a fighting frenzy.
Yeah. I was pretty much one SRM away from getting on that right torso from losing that AC-20. And right torso.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That poor little mech is a champ. But no doubt, Lexi is a formidable opponent. And I would say I enjoyed facing up against her, but I can't say that I enjoyed it because she did a lot of damage to me. She really did. And I'm not happy
engine hits, which is not great. Yeah.
2 fusion engine hits. The rear arc medium laser, I could give a damn about. I never use those things anyways, but the fusion engine is kind of important. It's sort of the heart of the mech.
Yeah, we have no way of fixing that.
Yep.
The real heart of the mech is the mech that we found along the way.
I'm not entirely sure that's true.
It's true.
At some point, the Baron's going to get murdered and be like, well, there goes everything. GG.
The real heart of the mech is the fusion engines we destroyed along the way. Okay. Core Watch, thanks for the sub. And while we're thanking people, I'd like to thank Pondo for showing up tonight.
Yeah.
When you're not here, Pondo, what are you doing?
Working or sometimes playing games on Twitch. Hang out in your Discord on occasion. Running my own. Going headlong into dark hallways by myself with nobody else. It's about right.
That sounds like a song.
Sounds like a Pearl Jam song, actually. What was the band that did We Don't Need No Education? Teachers leave those kids alone.
Oh, that was Roger Waters, Pink Floyd.
That's it. I don't know why I said Pearl Jam. Pink Floyd song. But no, if you want to catch any of my stuff, I play video games and stuff. You can catch me at YouTube or Switch /Pondothemad. I'm kind of melancholic because I fully expected to pretty much die in this instance. Because I knew as soon as I got shot out of my mech, I would have to hope to not get shot by a mech.
You were expecting a glorious death, and now you must live with a beat-up mech.
No, I'm
it's probably just going to switch mechs again.
It's probably just going to switch mechs. I'm the one that has to live with a beat-up mech.
Although we don't really have ammo for your mech, so that's a problem.
I could swap out the Artemis rounds for.
We don't have any LRMs.
Oh crap! No, we didn't take out any of our LRM mechs, did we?
Nope.
Shit. All right, we'll figure something out.
You can go in the Mongoose. Because I already called dibs on the Phoenix Hawk.
You did. I recall that.
My God, Pondo, have you become the
We'll see
new
what happens.
Raddosaurus? You're literally now like, I want to keep experimenting with mechs. Victor, Axeman, you know.
Well, I'm
Mongoose.
kind of having the McGurk syndrome here, where
Yeah.
I'm wearing down all the mechs that I'm in.
Hey, McGurk only ever piloted 2 mechs. Okay.
I'm sorry, El Guapo.
I mean, not according to.
Not now, right?
Please, it's not El Guapo, it's El Guapo.
El
Guapo,
Come on.
obviously.
Come on.
I thought we were doing El Guapo. because
He's a
it's funny.
quarterfinalist for the championship,
Yeah, yeah.
trying to defend his title.
I want him to come back with some prototype level stuff.
He comes back with a Caesar.
What?
Yeah, it's really shitty.
I have some ideas I'll talk to you about offline.
Yeah, great. I'll ignore them and do whatever the hell I feel like.
Pretty much. Sounds
Got
right.
anything else, Pondo?
No, that's about it.
Speaking of someone who ignores people and does whatever the hell they feel like, let's talk to Cotton.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. How's it going?
It's going. No, it's going. It's going nice.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. When you're not here, what do you do?
I doodle. I play a lot of Red Dead Redemption.
I've heard of that.
Maybe one day.
Brad,
I'll
I see a
stream
red
it.
thing pop up on Discord, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, Cotton.
That's not even years from now.
Hey, Dark Phoenix had like 2 mechs that don't exist for like 2 years. So
One, it's like 4 months. Sorry, Cotton. Please continue.
Sorry, I was looking at the link you posted.
Oh god, he's destroyed us. For
So
those in
right.
chat, he posted a Berserker, which is a Solar specific anti-infantry.
it's just a few years away. They could have a prototype out now. Who better to entrust it to than El
It's a
Guapo?
super short range assault mech that's actually pretty fast.
It has a hatchet.
We got it.
It has a hatchet.
Has a
So
motherfucking
everyone knows, apparently, I was getting pinged in Discord very early on, and I had no idea.
My
I just saw Rad's message.
Wow.
God damn it, Sid.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll pay closer attention next time.
Please do. God damn it.
All right, Cotton. Yeah.
I can't remember what we're talking about now.
We were talking about your outro. You were talking about how you do doodling and other stuff. I assume you run a Discord or something like that.
I do run a Discord. I also run a secret Discord
That's true.
that you know about, but you can't see, so it's still secret.
Get wrecked.
Well, I didn't mean it that way.
I did.
Oh well.
Got anything else you want to share?
I disappointed Sun Spirit with my non-edginess tonight, so I'd like to apologize to him.
I'm not sure Sun Spirit is the idol you want to live up to.
Well, I didn't say I wanted to live up to him. I just
Okay.
wanted to not disappoint him.
Oh, well, Rad, when you aren't disappointing Sun Spirit, what are you doing?
That's all I do, man. I don't do anything else. That's how I model my life. Every time I have a bracelet that has an acronym that stands for what would disappoint Sun Spirit. So I just look at that whenever I have a hard time making a decision. No, I just hang out. I don't know. I'm a dad. I do dad stuff. You can find me on Arthur's Discord occasionally when I don't forget for days that Discord exists. Oftentimes I will start a conversation with you and then disappear in the middle of it. So just be aware of that, I guess. I draw stuff as well for everybody other than you, I guess, viewer.
So it's me. You basically just mean for me. And
myself.
apparently not for Swargala either.
No, I did message him. I followed your advice, which was solid advice. So I might reopen commissions someday. Right now, life is just too busy and too hectic for me to really. I'm even about to have to tell Sam that like I 100% want to do this project, but I can't really commit to a a good timeline. So I'm gonna have to discuss with him when he wants it, when he envisions needing to buy, and hopefully if he's flexible on that, I'll be able to work on it for him. If he needs it on a deadline, then I'm probably not the most reliable artist to work on that project for him right now, because things are just, my day to day is too chaotic to be able to commit sitting down and spending time several hours at a time drawing. So. Which is what it requires for me to do something that I feel like is like production level art. It takes an uninterrupted time block that I can't always guarantee will occur. But yeah, other than that, other than doodling and fooling around on Discord occasionally, you can find me. That's it. Those are the only places you can find me. I mean, if you can find me outside of those things, then I'm concerned. But also entertained. So, I mean, if you can find me, come find me. We'll have a conversation about how you found me. And that, I mean that in a non-threatening way.
I don't know. It sounded pretty threatening.
It sounded really threatening.
Sounds like there's a set for some additional.
No, I would be happy. I like meeting people. So, I will definitely not do anything violent to you if you want to come and meet me in real life. Well, I probably. And,
you made it sound worse by saying the word.
I know. It's like you have sinister villain victim.
People are always telling me that I'm intimidating. I don't know why. I feel like I'm a very likable person. Like
it was just the word choice and how
very
you're
personable and approachable in real life.
I think
The
you're
intimidation
nice. It's just
factor
that
comes in because you have literally been trained how to kill people.
Look, just because I am a professional killer doesn't mean I'm not a nice person. Okay.
I don't know, that professional soldier is also professional killer, but you know your own job better than me.
Depends on the type of soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've also been on quite a few humanitarian aid missions as well. So, I mean, I've helped more people than I've hurt. I can honestly say that. So that's good, right? That makes me a nice person.
I guess professional killer would be a type of soldier because my friend is an engineer in the army, so she wouldn't be a killer. She'd be a fixer.
Yeah.
Well, engineers in the army tend to have a very specific range of skills.
Well, welder. She's a welder.
Okay.
I have, you know, my job in the army is it covers a broad spectrum of activities.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm a multifaceted individual. And yeah, so I would really like sometime this year in 2019 to go to a couple, at least one con is my goal, is to go to one con. And if I were to meet somebody at a con, I think that would be super cool. I think the chances are slim to nothing, but I would love to organize with some of Arthur's community to maybe like meet up at a con.
Axe Unplugged is a very popular choice.
Dude, I don't know. I actually ended up meeting several people that were actually fans of mine when I went to the GDC last year.
Really?
And
remember, you're being recorded before you say too much else.
Well, it's just a very strange experience because I ended up going to like this roundtable discussion and stuff, and then sitting there and telling everyone who I am, and then watching the person next to me who actually turns out to be a fan of my channel just turn and look at me like, no fucking way.
A little cathartic, perhaps.
It was, you know, I was a lot more shy about it than they were.
Yeah, like that, definitely, right? That's how I think I would be too, probably. Believe it or not, I'm kind of a textbook introvert, and I don't often approach other people. I don't care to meet new people, but when people approach me to meet me, like I'm very personable. Like I have no problem talking to people. I'm just not motivated to go and talk to people. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? People have this misconception that introverts are bad at talking to people or poor communicators or nervous and anxious and shy. And that's not true. It's not that we're bad at talking to people. We just don't, we're not very motivated to do so.
Don't speak for all of us.
I think
okay.
My biggest worry, I think, was not living up to their expectations.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Rad.
I'll tell you right now, I will not live up to your expectations. Let me just set the bar low. I'm not nearly as handsome or charming in real life. So
you're not nearly as attractive as you are on camera.
Yeah.
I was
No.
gonna throw out a non-commissioned officer and gentleman joke in there, but we're way past that point.
I kid. I am handsome in real life. No. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
Humble much?
That's all I got.
Better keep EQ Mag away from this particular stream.
Woo. Getting a little sweaty over here. Take it away, next person.
That's
Don't
me.
think I didn't see you hanging out in your EQ. I saw you. I see you there in the chat list. Missed you, buddy. I do.
All right. Look, we're back next week, Lexi lists, but we'll be here for a downtime episode, and then the week after we'll be joined by another broadcaster. I haven't worked with them before. It's Galimo. He's a Call of Cthulhu tabletop RPGer. Watches the show. Wanted to be interested in fighting the players. Then he saw that Lexi was fighting the players and said, "I would like to switch to allying with the players."
Okay. That's much.
He want to give you guys a little bit of a
I don't
break.
want to be savage if someone doesn't know the system at all.
So next week,
I wouldn't mind allying with someone. That would be a nice change of pace. It would.
look,
As
I
opposed
want to
you know,
talk to you guys about Galimo real
friends
quick.
literally trying to ruin my life.
I created the character of Galimo, and then like 3 days later, that guy, the broadcaster Galimo, contacted me, and I was like, you know, it's weird. I just made a character that has your name. They are not related, but they could have been if he was just 3 days faster.
Weird science.
It's true. But no, wait, that's not what that movie's about at all.
I know.
Okay. All right.
No, that movie's about bringing an inanimate object to life.
Like a waifu pillow.
Yeah.
Sounds like an enemy.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Wait, did Lexi get her outro?
She did. She was the first outro.
Did she? Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, thank you.
I was just checking. Did you